Good morning. Starting out indoors here, just a quick update. First of all, firewood. I got this stack out there, seasoned, but it was in the rain, and the salesman said, inside it'll dry up in 2 days, and outside it'll dry up in a week or two. Outside obviously is still wet, even though it's covered, but inside, like that one there, a couple in here I just bought. Well, that's another story. Anyway, the stuff that I brought in 5 days ago or whatever, today is a lot better. You can see the windows are just fogged on the bottom, but I couldn't see out for 4 days. It's just wet in here. So it's good to have dry firewood before fire season. Make a note of that. And then I went out and bought some firewood that's dry, and I got it home and opened it up, and it was wet too. So keep that in mind. Also yesterday I had UPS delivery, and I got my new address here, but they delivered to my neighbor's address for the prior couple of weeks. He was nice enough to let me pick up packages there. But last night at 5 o'clock, he honked his horn and drove up here, and he had like 6 boxes. I kept wondering where it was. UPS said they fixed the address issue because I gave him 664, and they thought, well, hey, we used to deliver to 656. Anyway, it was kind of funny. He drove up here with so much stuff. But I got these little racks, which I think are great. They're, not very much at all as far as money is concerned, but this way I can, stack these perhaps at the front door, but then as the fireplace is going, in the off chance that I end up with wet wood again in the future, I can just rotate them and dry them out a little easier. But I like them. And if it's all dry, they'll probably both fit right in here, so it's kind of neat. I thought you might be interested in that. But also a big deal, even though I really like the other ones, but I made a mistake by not buying the tall one, so my pants are just as muddy as my boots. But these look a little warmer, and I think I'm really going to like them. They're also oversized, so I can get in and out of them pretty easily. But anyway, while we're in here, I guess we'll go over this. Well, the current plan, this, you might notice, looks a little wider than that, maybe by a third. So to try to push that all the way to this pile over here at the 1 mile an hour speed or whatever I travel at, it's not going to happen. So I think I'm going to push to the wall. I'll start at the far end, and then once I get the first row or two, I'm going to see how far I can push it down the wall. So maybe I can make like 2 or 3 large piles, which would be easier to scoop up in the future. So I can't think of too much more. I will be starting when we turn on next. Oh yeah, one more thing. Tomorrow there is a rumor that the sun might shine on the ground, and that's awesome. I think I'm gonna let that pile get hit with some sun, hopefully. And tomorrow I'm probably going to dump the diesel gasoline ratio on it. And then Friday morning I'm going to try to get that going again. And that'll be exciting if it actually does go. and it's supposed to rain, I think, Friday night. So, and no wind, and that's good. All right, here we go. Oh boy, this looks thick. All right, how far will I get on 3 batteries? All right, you may have noticed that there's just a lot here, and obviously I cannot, I mean, it's a very interesting game. It's a give and take. If you push, too far, you're just taking a whole length to push just whatever it can push. What I've kind of evolved to is trying to keep the blade on the ground, and even though it's overflowing, at least I'm down to the ground on the first push. So right now I'm thinking I just get it midway here, because when I had to move that pile back about another 10 feet, it was kind of difficult, but because there wasn't already stuff that I was trying to clear under it, past it, it seemed to work out. So I'm thinking I'm just going to try to back up to here, to this pile, and push everything that way to the wall. And then once this area is clear, then I'll try to advance this line. If it doesn't want to advance, then I might end up making piles in the middle and piles at the edge. But that's how we're evolving. All right, let's keep going here. Should have got my gloves. See, you guys are in wide angle. Let's just get you over here out of the way. Here we go. Oh, you're going. Decided to try to experiment with this over here first. See if the move the pile forward theory works. And I got this high spot of dirt here too from the water line. All right, let's settle in here somewhere. All right, battery 2. Whose idea was it to push this way? I've always known it was wet over here, or we have, if you've seen these videos, like that area over there. But it is really down here. I mean, I'm pushing uphill almost the whole way that way. So, like right about there, it just falls into a trough. So this whole, like up almost all the way to the trailer, is like a little trough right here. So I'm beginning to think we need even more dirt than I thought we needed. But once, that might clear up once this stuff is gone. And when this stuff mixes with mud, it turns into something quite evil. This is not a good idea. Okay, I'm going back this way with it all, or as much as I can. It's going to be dicey in there, of course, but I'm going to move everything to the middle and just maybe instead of a ridge, just try to make some piles. All right, we will carry on. This was kind of maddening. It was so sloppy that as you're pushing forward, you could see 2/3 of it wrapping around the blade, just running back down the hill. All right, we are learning this together. Here we are. The stuff that was in here is pasty. It's like blended peat moss, potting soil, mud, and a lot of water. I think maybe not, but obviously the thought is you take this out. I think I'm stopping like on this line here, and I'm going to try to push everything up that way. Maybe it'll somewhat dry out or something. But let's say we get all this out of here and then we backfill it, or we just put a trench here and we call it a drain over there to that valley. Or if we try to backfill it and fill it up, if we get it, yeah, that's the point, huh? If it's low, then it's going to be wet, of course, and muddy. So many questions. I wish you guys could help. All right, let me just get you a better view of finishing up here and then the start of the push up that way. All right, this is the murk that came out of there. That's all snotty. All right, fast forward. Alright, commence operation to start sending this uphill. See how this works out. What are you guys on? Oh, you're recording. Alright, got you back on wide. Let's see what happens. Okay, plans are moving around a lot today. I'm gonna make the starting pile over there into one pile, and then push all of this way, and just make maybe 3 or 4 piles on this edge near Nicole's table, which we'll probably have to move again. I gotta find a spot for that. I mean, it's really valuable if I could figure out where to put it. All right, fast forward. Well, I just gave that description on time lapse. I wish they didn't. I could take it off the menu. Anyway, 2 hours charging. I got one good battery, so you got 2 hours left. And there's only that little spot of stuff I haven't hit yet. I need to make a little driveway to get the truck through here for whatever reasons and continue pushing. I'm going to try to make that hill there a little bigger. Like I said, when I make this driveway there, something else will get bigger to the right and left probably. But there's a lot more pushing and a lot of fast forward. I'm going to set you guys up on top of here and I'm going to put you on wide angle. Alright, fast forward. Alright, I don't know when you guys cut out yet, but it's 4:30 and I'm done for the day. These are the piles over here. That's the pile in the middle. And there's our little lake down there. That's the low spot. Lots of calculations. But everything's pretty good. You know, up to where it doesn't look so wet. And all this over here. I still think there's a lot of usable area. Not sure what we can do there. Could run a drain, I guess. Got to get up to that level. But that could be the future road in, maybe. Alrighty. They had a lot of this stuff out here. Okay. See you tomorrow, probably. Oh, one more thing. These are the last areas of originalness. Look how thick that was. I got just from right there over, it was like this thick. It's a good thing it was this close to these piles over here. Alright, that's it.